Welcome to the World Desk at 4 on live television, reaching you from Bielsa's capital city, Yanagua. I am Henry Ahamuefula. In the news, federal government orders probe into marginalization of indigenous barge operators at ports. PTF begins nationwide interviews for overseas scholarships candidates. Middle East tensions escalate as Iran rejects ceasefire, strikes intensify. And Israel warns Syrian civilians as strikes expand to critical infrastructure. Now, if you're looking to boost your brand through paid adverts or sponsorship, stay connected with us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and X at Niger Live TV, or visit us our website at www.nigerlivetv.com. And now the news in detail. The federal government has ordered the immediate investigation into allegations that indigenous barge operators are being marginalized at Nigeria's seaports. A statement by the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Dr. Adeboyaga Oyetola, said the directive is aimed at ensuring fair competition and protecting local investments within the maritime logistics chain. Speaking in Lakewater, citizens and stakeholders engagement sectorial performance review at the Ministerial Management Retreat, the minister mandated the Nigerian Shippers Council to probe claims of anti-competitive practices allegedly favoring foreign-linked operators. Industry stakeholders at the event raised concerns over what they described as attempts to push local operators out of the market. Representatives of indigenous barge operators alleged a coordinated effort by foreign interests to edge them out of business, warning that such practices could weaken local capacity and distort competition within the country's port logistics system. The Ogun State government has dismissed claims that it does not own Gateway Air, describing the assertions as misleading and politically motivated. In a statement, the senior special assistant to the governor on new media, Emmanuel Ojo, clarified that the state fully owns the airline's aircraft, noting that while ownership roles with the government, operational responsibilities have been outsourced to a private operator. According to him, the arrangement involves a partnership with ValueJet, which manages flight operations based on its technical expertise and existing regulatory framework in the aviation sector. Mr. Ojo added that the partnership was a strategic decision aimed at avoiding the complexities associated with establishing and running a full airline operation from the outset. The Petroleum Technology Development Fund, PTDF, has commenced nationwide interviews for 5,885 Nigerians shortlisted for its 2026-2027 Overseas Postgraduate Scholarship Program. The exercise, which started today, covers candidates from all 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory and is being conducted across 6 centers simultaneously. Officials stressed that final selections will be based on merit and federal character principles. Speaking at the Abuja Center, Deputy General Manager of Education and Training, Bello Mustafa, said interviews will run from April 7th to April 17th across all 6 geopolitical zones. Preparations are underway in Algeria ahead of the planned visit of Pope Leo, which is expected to mark the first papal trip to his Africa tour, which includes visits to Cameroon, Angola, and Equatorial Guinea. The Pope is scheduled to arrive in the capital, Algiers, where he will visit the Makam Ekihad Mataz monument and meet with President Abdul Majid Tebboune before traveling to Annaba the following day. In Annaba, activities are ongoing at of St. Augustine, a significant religious site linked to the early Christian theologian St. Augustine, who is regarded as a spiritual influence on the pontiff. Clergy and parishioners have expressed enthusiasm over the visit, describing it as a moment of closeness between the church and the local Christian community. The Pope is also expected to visit the Great Mosque of Algiers, where he will promote interfaith dialogue. Tensions in the Middle East are escalating as Iran has rejected a proposed 45-day ceasefire, insisting on a permanent end to the conflict. United States President Donald Trump has increased pressure on Tehran, issuing a deadline for the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz and warning of possible large-scale strikes targeting critical infrastructure, including power plants and bridges, if conditions are not met. The United Nations has warned and cautioned against such actions, with Secretary General Antonio Guterres warning that attacks on civilian infrastructure would violate international law and urging restraint. Meanwhile, hostilities continue across multiple fronts, with Lebanon witnessing over 1,400 people killed and more than 1 million displaced. Israel has issued a direct warning to civilians in Iran to avoid train travel and railway facilities, citing risks to personal safety amid escalating military operations. The warning, delivered in Persian through official military channels, advised residents to stay away from railway infrastructure, signaling the likelihood of imminent strikes targeting such locations. Reports indicate the alert is linked to planned or ongoing attacks on critical infrastructure, including railway networks, as tensions intensify between Israel, Iran, and the United States. Israel authorities have also confirmed fresh strikes on Iran's petrochemical infrastructure, including key facilities such as the South Pass complex in Salouye, a major hub for the country's energy production. The attacks follow earlier strikes on similar sites, raising concerns over potential disruptions to Iran's petrochemical output and broader economic stability. And that concludes the news on this app. But before we go, a quick reminder that Niger Live Television is officially open for business. Whether you're looking for ad placements or strategic sponsorships, we are your #1 partner for reach and impact. You can reach our studio line right now via call or WhatsApp on 0812 394000. Our doors are also open at our head office at number 122 Mbema Yanagwa Road, Amara Yanagwa by Also State. For more updates, follow us on all social media platforms at Niger Live TV and visit our website at www.nigerlivetv.com. I'm Henry Ahamuefula. Thanks for watching.